In today's world, everything is trying to take away your attention. Your phone, social media, TikTok, Netflix, the news, everything is strategically designed to take away your attention and have you focused on whatever the product is. This makes it incredibly hard to focus on any actual work or goals that you have set for yourself. And focus is one of the most powerful tools we have. Every great breakthrough, product, business was created from deep levels of focus. It wasn't from surface level attention. But because of all these things at our disposal, giving us artificial dopamine and taking away our attention, it makes it incredibly hard to tap into this deep level of focus. If for the last couple of years you've been training your brain to receive artificial amounts of dopamine from just scrolling, eating fast food, etc., it makes it incredibly hard to sit down and work on your business for hours straight. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over how to actually regain your focus so that you can focus on whatever goal you may have and to achieve success in any endeavor of life. But first, I want you to truly understand how important focus is. Think of focus like taking a magnifying glass to the sun and utilizing the sun's rays to be able to create a fire. The same thing is utilized with your attention. When you're able to spend deep hours focusing on one single task, you're able to achieve weeks worth of work in a couple of days. This also allows you to avoid the feelings of being overwhelmed, anxious, because when you're constantly scrolling on your phone or having attention being placed upon things that give you artificial dopamine, you are constantly shifting between different thoughts and you're never allowing any thought to actually complete. Let's say that you're trying to work on your business and then you're watching a TV show, then you're scrolling on your phone, then you're reading text messages, then you're looking at your emails. You're not actually allowing any of those thoughts to complete and they're just being hidden in your subconscious, but they're still running. This causes people to feel overwhelmed, anxious, maybe even depressed, which is why it is so important that you understand how to harness your attention and focus to only single things, therefore allowing each thought to actually complete. So how do we actually regain our focus? And one of the number one things that's actually destroying our levels of focus is our phones. So there's this book called Hooked, and I actually haven't read it yet. It talks about how the smartest individuals with PhDs in human psychology and human behavior all came together in Silicon Valley to create habit-forming products. And they utilize tactics similar to gambling and slot machines within our cell phones. So similar to how on a slot machine, you pull the lever and then you wait to see if you won or not, it's the same thing with how social media platforms are developed. You constantly scroll up to see your next hit and to see if you get something good, aka like a jackpot, or in this case, it would just be like an entertaining reel or something that gives you a bunch of dopamine. Now, the problem with this is that you are constantly just looking for the next hit. So that's why one of the best ways to first reclaim your focus is to forego utilizing your phone as much as possible. Try to minimize your screen time, especially when it comes down to just consuming social media or other brain rot content. I like to spend at least the first 2 to 3 hours of my day when I wake up not using my phone at all. And lots of other people love to use their phone first thing in the morning. They scroll through their notifications, they scroll through their text messages, they see who messaged them. And the problem with this is because imagine if you woke up and 7, 8 other people came into your room all saying different things trying to get your attention. You'd obviously feel super overwhelmed and it would be a terrible way to start your day. That's pretty much the same exact thing that you're doing when you open your phone first thing in the morning and you scroll through these notifications. It's a bunch of different people trying to take away your attention and overwhelming you. So that's why for the first 2-3 hours, try not to look at your phone. But you might be saying, oh, like I have tons of people that are contacting me or I need to be updated on certain things. Well, I'm sure if you were to spend just 30 minutes at least or an hour of your beginning of your day just relaxing, calming down, you would still be able to get in contact with these individuals later on in the day. And for whatever reason, you need to check your notifications, at least use your computer because your computer isn't nearly as addictive when it comes to user interface as your phone. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that immediately upon waking up, I love to meditate. Meditation is probably one of the best practices that I picked up around 4 or 5 years ago. And it's pretty simple. Meditation forces you to train your brain how to control your thoughts. So I like to meditate for the first 10 to 20 minutes and the whole time all I do is focus on my breath. Now lots of people, when they hear meditation, they think that it's super easy and simple and all you do is focus on your breath, which is true. But that doesn't mean that thoughts don't still come into your brain. They do. But what happens is you are consciously aware of your brain and what's happening within it. And as soon as one of those thoughts comes into your mind, you refocus your attention back onto your breath. You acknowledge the thought and then go back to your breath. This is a super powerful practice because this translates to your everyday life. When you're trying to work and you have a notification come up on your phone or a different idea come up in your head, instead, if you practice this form of meditation, it'll translate to you working and being able to reclaim your focus back onto your work and not onto that thought, that notification, or somebody just trying to take away your attention. The third thing you should be doing is reading every single day. Reading is probably one of the best ways to exercise your brain and to keep it sharp, because not only are you forcing yourself to actually just actively listen and to focus on whatever the material is, but it's another form of meditation. Anytime you're reading and a different thought comes up, you are reclaiming your focus back onto the book. And not only that, it just makes you much smarter. Some of the best information and advice can be found on books, just like this book, Hooked, or it could be on business, it could be on human psychology, whatever it is that you're trying to learn more about or get better at. I promise you, reading a book will help you tremendously. And the last thing you want to do is start journaling or reflecting every single day. I love to spend time just reflecting on my business, on the time that was spent, and how I was utilizing my attention. The reason for this being is because the reason that most people are unable to actually focus for long periods of time is because they allow themselves to become unconscious a lot during their days. Nobody intentionally chooses to waste their time. It always ends up happening unconsciously, which is why it's so important to reflect on your time and make unconscious behaviors become conscious. Because once these habits come into the conscious light, you start to realize where your time and your attention is actually going towards and what you should do to mitigate those negative downsides. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you want a fifth tip, this is another one, is go for walks long throughout the day, not using your phone or listening to anything. This allows you to give your brain a break from everything that it was being stimulated by, and similar to the meditation and taking time away from your phone in the beginning of the morning, it just allows you to reset and to reclaim your focus and almost give your brain a little bit of a break, because your brain is constantly working 24/7, and which is why most people think that they're taking a break by going on their phone and scrolling, but they're really just overworking their brain, but causing it to focus in a different way. Whereas when you give your brain a break, you're almost giving it time away from focusing and away from placing attention on specific things. But yeah, super quick video. I just wanted to make this while I was waiting for my AirPods to charge before I go to the gym. But yeah, that's how you reclaim your focus. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.